is WSAZ 6 o'clock.
Over the last couple of years, we've told you about some serious cases of child abuse and neglect.
Well, last week, guilty verdicts in the case of children who were locked in a barn. But are the punishments really strong enough? Curtis Johnson talks with a state senator who says no, they are not.
Murder in the alleged starvation death of a Boone County teenager, and human trafficking in Kanawha County, among the more serious charges being used by prosecutors to prosecute alleged cases of child abuse and neglect. It is a formula that helped prosecutors win big. Last week in Kanawha County, the case related to allegations that a man and woman locked their children inside of a barn on a property in Sissonville. The allegations, serious, yet each count of abuse and neglect carries a potential 1 to 5 year prison sentence. But with convictions for human trafficking and forced labor, the couple now faces more than 100 years in prison each. The prosecutor asked about a potential law change after the verdict.
I think we do have certain laws in place, for example, the ones that we used to get the verdict we got today. But I do think that it's possible the legislature could revisit this issue and use this case as the precedent to consider changing the laws. But at this point, it's really unfair for me to speak for them.
Vince Deeds investigated child abuse and neglect as a state trooper. Now, as a state senator, he believes tougher punishments are in order. That includes doubling prison time for the child abuse statute used in the Kanawha County case, where he says prosecutors had to think out of the box.
If you're convicted of a crime, a horrendous crime against the most innocent people that we have in our state, that the punishment should fit the crime. And right now, the code doesn't allow for that in child abuse cases.
But others urge caution. Mark Plants is a former prosecutor and current defense attorney who represented one defendant in the Kanawha County case. He says abuse and neglect can take many forms.
I have no soft spot in my heart for anybody that hurts children. Some cases aren't as serious as the ones that we just saw. Some cases involve excessive discipline. And when you start putting them all in one category and doubling penalties, you take away discretion from the judge.
Senator Deeds argues there's already leeway in state law, even misdemeanor charges, to help prosecutors handle those less serious cases. Reporting in the Charleston studio, Curtis Johnson, WSAZ.
It is believed the Kanawha County case represents the state's first conviction for human trafficking using that law passed in 2017. The state's 60-day regular session begins next week.